going.
Indeed. Ooh. So what should we call this?
It's the return. It's the return of the late night podcast. Is that what you called it?
The Late Night Podcast.
Yes.
Episode like 55 or some shit. No,
I think it was like 10, 11.
something like that.
Something like that.
But a year has passed.
A long year.
Long year.
Long, eventful year.
Eventful year.
Crazy.
I could be a whole different person now.
Whole different mindset.
Yeah, there is a whole different mindset. It's weird. 'Cause it's like, when I was at start, I didn't really do that much skip shit, to be honest.
Why did you leave start, like, in the first place?
My mom and me.
Why?
Because, she just thought it was dangerous.
It's a dangerous place.
And then, like,
It's
the
a dangerous
coach,
world we live in.
Coach Moorhead, Dwayne Moorhead's father, literally, like, got my number and my mom's number. And then, like, was calling us and was like, bro, you should come to Stretch. And literally would just spam us with all the emails and stuff. And then, literally, I don't know how, but we'll bump into my mom randomly at stores and shit.
Oh, yeah, that's some stalking.
That's some strange, bro. Like, and then, like, literally just convinced her. And then she was like, if you're going to Stretch, it's a better option for you. You get better opportunities.
And you knew TJ went there?
Yeah, and I knew TJ and Cam went there because that dude, Coach Moorhead, I played basketball for him. And he's been wanting to recruit me to their football team. So ever since he saw me play basketball, because I played basketball really aggressively, like a football player.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first person to ever get recruited from a basketball team to play football. They were like, yeah, I like the way you play basketball. You should play football at our school. But that's usually how it always is. Whenever I go to any camps, I can go to like any like, I can get to go to like a training camp or something. And like the coaches will be like, you ever think about going to St. Francis? Like, literally.
They ever try to get you to go to St. Francis?
I've gone to St. Francis. I've got the Central coaches who wanted me to go to Central. I've got Start coaches who wanted me to go back to Start.
Would you go back to Start?
I would go back to Start in a heartbeat. I
So-
want to go back to Start.
So, you want to leave church, right?
Yeah,
course.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to leave that place.
It's kind of whack. I don't like wearing a uniform in high school. It's strange.
So where are you trying to go?
Either Start or Rossford would be cool.
Rossford would be cool. That might just have to be the move.
Could be the move.
I have to do some convincing.
Yeah, thank God. Because
Have
my
to do
mom
some
doesn't want me
behind-the-scenes
to.
work.
And that's far kind of still.
Not from my house.
I could just be like, I get a ride home with Elijah every day.
Facts.
Because we live right by, or we live right by each other by next year. Definitely, we're going to be at my dad's house a lot.
Yeah.
And chilling over there.
Speaking of, you get out next weekend?
Yep. We're going to have a barbecue.
Barbecue. Damn.
It's about a bus. It's crazy.
Really crazy.
13 years.
You were so like, what do you remember anything?
From when I was a baby?
When you was like 3.
There's one story where it's like my dad brought a PS2 home and he brought it to like sell to people. And I saw that he had it. And I was like, oh my God, you got me a PS2? And he was like, sure. He gave it to me even though he was going to go sell it. Because I was just so excited about it. And he was like, sure, I guess I got it for you. Yeah, we can go with that.
Damn.
And then I never knew that, but then he ended up telling me when I was older. And then I was like, that's crazy.
By the way, that shit wasn't for you, bro.
I was like, that's crazy, bro, because I remember that exact story, too.
You felt special? You're like, nah, I wouldn't even think about you when I
No,
bought
not
this.
even felt special. It was just crazy. That's just a funny story I remember, because I remember that exact time. And, like, they say you shouldn't even be able to remember stuff, like, before you were 5.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember, like, certain stuff. Like, I remember, like, one time my mom always tells me a story, and I can remember it clearly.
Only, like, when you was that little.
We were in a Kroger's, and I was probably, like, 1 or 2. And literally, we were in a shopping cart, and I was like in the shopping cart, like where the seating one is, and I was like standing up, and they used to let me like sit in like the actual big part of the shopping cart, because I would like to like stand up and stuff while they pushed me around. This was like 1 and 2, so I was still small, and literally I like was standing on top of it, I guess, when they were I was trying to get out when they were like weren't looking, and I like jumped off and like fell on my head, and like I passed out. And then I woke up, and I fell on that when we were, like, in, like, the fucking meat aisle. I woke up, we were in the fucking self-checkout aisle, and I was like, oh, my fucking God, I died. I was out. Either they literally like either I was out for the entire shopping trip or they just like rushed to leave after that. Probably rushed to leave after that because I fucking passed out and died.
Now that you're saying this, I think about this. I don't really have a lot of... Well, I have memories from when I was a kid, but I remember dreams that I had.
Like what?
When I was like 8. Like I can vividly remember a couple of dreams. When I was a kid, I used to watch like those crime videos.
Like the forensic files.
Yeah, and I was terrified of getting kidnapped.
Right.
And that's like because I was a little kid.
Everyone's afraid of getting kidnapped.
Yeah, but I was terrified of it. And
right.
I remember this exact specific dream.
Right.
We was in Kroger in the where there's like the lettuce and stuff.
Right. Where the lettuce be.
And I was a kid, so I was in the cart.
Yeah.
Like sitting in the cart. And I remember I was with my mom and she walked over to get something. And it was this fat black lady.
Right.
Grabbed the cart, took off with me in the cart. Like she was running with me, taking me away from my mom. And I just remember everything like zooming out and I was screaming. And I was,
oh my God.
Like, Mom, like this lady, like.
He's trying to take my booty.
Yeah, and then I woke up and I remember being terrified. And it's crazy how I remember dreams, but not actual things. Like I remember dreams.
Want to know one distinct dream I always remember?
What?
Well, I have two. I'll tell the first one because I remember it distinctly. And it was a nightmare that I had when I was in probably like kindergarten or something. It was someone, first grade or something, around those ages. And we used to, I used to watch like Chucky's and stuff because I remember at the time we had like this Chucky CD and it was a burnt CD and it had 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Damn.
And like you could like choose.
Yeah, but it said Chucky and Sharpie.
Chucky and Sharpie, 1, 2, and 3.
Days.
That shit was like the fucking Hood Family Pack exclusive deal. You got the fucking Hood box collection. God. Had all of them in there. And literally, you got that. And I remember having a nightmare about Chucky. It was like I was at school. I was walking to school, and it's like how I went to Bennett. So it was like when you walked in, there was like a big main entrance. You walked in. I walked into school, and like they were like, we went in our classroom. They were like went into lockdown. They were like, Chucky's in the building, and he's killing everyone. And then I was in my room, and I was like, bro, we got to build a fort. So I started stacking all the desks. We had like the tin like desks that like had like the big opening in the middle that you put the stuff in, and we had chairs. And I was like, we got to hurry up and we got to build a fort. So I'm stacking all the desks on top of each other. And I see this dude Chucky come in. I don't know why, but this dude Chucky has like a big old knife. So every time he's chopping, he's like chopping a roll of like desks like in half. Just slicing them over. Knife. Yeah, big ass knife. And like he starts cutting them. And like as he's cutting them, I'm like jumping over his knife. And like if he jumps high, if he goes high, I'm ducking. If he goes low, I'm jumping. If he goes in the middle, I'm grabbing it and I'm ripping it in half and I'm eating his ass. But I mean, everything in between. Like I was ready for all situations. And then he got in I through my fortress of penetration denial, and he just fucked me. When he didn't fuck me, he killed me and I died forever, and didn't wake up.
You didn't wake up?
No, I woke up.
I mean, obviously.
Because I'm here.
You was on some action movie shit though.
Oh God, like I was. That shit was crazy. And then I have another dream that I have that I think is a lucid dream because it keeps happening. I feel like it's a warning for me to not go in the ocean anymore. But literally, there's always this one big dream that I have, and it's because I went to Florida for like a month when I was in like kindergarten. It was in kindergarten. It was like probably before kindergarten. Because I remember I was like around the time where I was going to preschool, and I went to preschool for like a month because I just didn't do shit. And they were like, you ain't even got to do preschool. We're just going to wait till you get to kindergarten. And they should just let me finish preschool out because I ended up failing kindergarten.
You failed kindergarten?
Yeah, but that was because I didn't have rides, so I didn't ever go. Oh, right. But literally, we went to Florida for like a month, and we stayed down there with my uncle. And I remember going to the waves and stuff, and me being a kid, the waves were like always like super tall, like taller than me and stuff, and it was crazy. And like I remember I always had these dreams that keep repeating, even to like now. You can get every once in a while. It's a big ass, huge wave, and the only difference in the dream, it's always the same, but the only difference is that I grow as I get older. And like, so it's like no matter how big or old I get, the waves are always bigger than me. Yeah. And like it's a big ass, huge like tsunami wave, and it's like see through, and you can see all these like fucking like big ass monsters, creatures, sea creatures Cthulhu. And shit. Literally, it's crazy. The Kraken and shit. You can see all that like shit that's being like the deep
water.
sea.
Like you seen like that picture, like the seaweed under the water.
Like that's what like it's crazy. It's crazy. That shit was horrifying.
I can
and I literally like have that dream all the time, and it's crazy. I have to go through that. That's how I live, bro.
Fuck the ocean.
Fuck the ocean. Give me this.
Fuck the ocean.
He said, "No, I need more."
I remember a dream when I was a kid. Another thing I was really scared of was losing my mom. So I remember this dream. It was on the bridge, crossing the bridge, the one with the blue things. What is that bridge called?
High level bridge.
No, the high level bridge is the big one with the wine.
Oh, with the lights.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That bridge.
It's the big one that was under construction for like a year.
Yeah, that bridge. So we was driving on that bridge. In the middle of the bridge, boom! Somebody stopped, rolled down the window, shoot the car. Right, hit my mom. I think I was in the passenger seat or the back, the one behind it. I can't remember, but I remember seeing my mom like laid out, right. And I remember looking to the right, and Caden's mom, Caden, Erica was right there. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And I was like, I was just like blacked out. I don't remember what happened after that. And I woke up. I just think that's so weird. How the fuck do you remember a dream that you had?
It's crazy because I'm like super overprotective with my mom when we go out and stuff. Because it's like my mom's probably like 5'5", right? And I'm like 6'3". I'm huge, and every time we go out, it's like we always get all nice and stuff, and she always gets dressed up and stuff. And if my stepdad's not there, people usually think that like we're probably like together or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm just huge and look like an adult.
Grown ass man.
And literally, like, there's been times where I've gotten like pressed by people who were like trying to hit on my mom, and like they'd be like thinking that I'm her dude, and they were like, "That's your girl, bro? You're looking kind of nice, bro." I'm like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And he's gonna be like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And I'll be like, "Bro, you don't want to get in this right now, bro.
You don't want this.
You don't like, bro, this. Like, I got grown man hands, bro. I'm not built like a grown man for no reason, bro." But like, like, it's just crazy. And it's like, I used to have dreams and stuff like that, like my mom would like, we'd be going to school or something, and my mom would stop, because like this is before I like started smoking and stuff, so I like thought drugs were super bad and shit. And like I thought my mom was like, I don't know, I knew she smoked weed, so I'm like, oh yeah, people who smoke weed do crack.
I used to get mad at my mom, and anytime I see her smoke, I'm like, why is she doing this?
And
to
I was
herself?
like see like videos and shit of people who do drugs, and like all them dare videos of like the crackheads and shit. And
bro.
Like I would like have dreams like my mom like stopping to get weed or some shit, and like she not coming back, or like we stopped at an alley, and like I remember one specifically, she parked outside of an alley and walked into and she like parks right, like, so look, it's like if this was the road, you turn left and the alley's right there if you walk straight. Yeah. And then turn left, it's her alley right there. And she's parked outside, and like she's going to go run to get it in the alley, and she's taking forever, so I run out to go get it, and it's like a dude in a car, like an Escalade, and it's like a dude in the mask, and he's sitting on the one side of the Escalade, and a dude in the other side. And he doesn't got a mask on. He's looking at my mom, and he has a gun, and my mom's like just like sitting there like high on these drugs, and like she's like geeking out and like laughing like ah, and then she just like the dude just like shoots her. Damn. And then I'm like crazy. And that was a really crazy dream. Or like when my house burned down like when I was younger. Not younger. My brother burned my house down. It was probably like it was like my 7th or 8th grade year. It was somewhere around there.
That was recent.
Yeah, it happened like it was a house before we had this house that I'm currently in, and we lived in a duplex, and he literally burnt the house down. And I had a dream, because I can't remember, because it was my mom wasn't there because it was her birthday and she's out, and then literally brother caught the house on fire, so I had to hurry up and get my brother.
How the fuck did he catch
both.
the house on fire?
We was in the closet, and it was like how our rooms are. It's like there's a closet and like the middle part. It's like you go down the middle part, and there's like splits into 2 hallways. One hallway leads into my mom's room, one hallway leads into my room. I was in my room. My brother was inside the living room playing the game, and my little brother was in the closet with the door closed where we had all our shoes and stuff. And I guess he was playing with a scarf or something, lit a scarf on fire, playing with like fire and stuff, and didn't want us to see him. And I guess he like the flame got too big to where like he got like too claustrophobic because he was in the closet. So he just jumped out and he just let it burn. Yeah. And he didn't want to tell us because he didn't want us to know that we were playing with fire. And
the whole house burned down?
The whole house burned down.
Crazy.
And then I had to hurry up and get on and like literally, I only found out because it was like a huge, big flame that was busting out of the door. And Marcy was like, "Vicente, there's a fire." And I was like, "What?" I walk outside and I see this big old fire, and I literally have to like walk through like the side, gotta like scoot through the side of the fire to get through because it's like white in the walkway, and like my brother's right there screaming and stuff, and the dog's in the cage. You gotta get the dog out the cage and go hurry up while the fire's still like growing, and then we had to hurry up and get out the door, and then we had to go and get our neighbors that are upstairs and tell them to get out, and they had to get their dogs. The police came and they found a weed plant upstairs, and I'm like,
out of all things,
I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Like, and then that was crazy. News was there. They was interviewing me, and I was like, yeah. I mean, they were like, so what made you?
That bright ass light.
They were like, not even a bright ass light. It was just like a fucking big ass camera, and they had a fucking like microphone in my face, and I was like, they were like, so what made you take action and try to hurry up and get your family? I'm like, because there's a fucking fire.
I don't want to fucking die.
Like,
what do you want?
I didn't want to die. I mean, I like my brothers. I don't want them to die. Do you want your siblings to die? Would you let them burn? Like,
that's a dumbass question.
On God, like, what do you mean? I don't know.
What made you take action? I mean, cause I don't.
They were endangered.
It's a fire.
It's a fire. What do you thought I was just gonna be like,
oh, sweet.
fend for yourselves. Fuck the dog. That dog died.
Isn't that the dog that got shot?
No, the dog that got shot died before that.
I was gonna say that's the duplex where the dog got shot.
Yeah, the dog got shot in that duplex. But this one, we had two. We had a dude named Tank, and that's the one who got shot. And we had a girl named Precious. That was my stepdad's dog that they had forever before we got her. Mm-hmm. And when we had her, she was probably like 8, so she was already getting pretty old. Yeah. And like then, like when we moved to this house, she got really sick out of nowhere, where she was getting really skinny. And then she just like, honestly, I think that my parents put her down, but they told my brothers that they just like she ran away.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then we got Cleo, and that's the one we got now.
I don't miss having dogs.
You done got a dog, you fucking broke bitch.
No, it's because we got a baby.
Fucking Eastsider. And
we don't got a yard. We don't got a backyard for a dog.
Yeah, you don't have a fence either.
Yeah, that bitch be gone. My old dog ran all around the alley, fucking every dog he would find.
Pregnant bitches everywhere.
Bunch of puppies. We didn't even buy one.
Sound like you.
No, that's not me. What about you?
So what
don't you be doing that?
No.
You on that life?
Hey. No, this one time I thought I had a kid.
Bro, look. I ain't trying to say too much. But like literally every single month, it was a pregnancy scare. Like something with her period every month. There was never a clean month where she just had her period, because every single month she was like, I think I'm pregnant, it's not coming. Every single fucking month. That shit was, it was never.
No, because this girl, we were like, because I always usually use a condom, and like if I don't, I know my pullout game's weak, so I use a condom all the time. And
couldn't be me.
Literally, the one time we did it, she was like, let's get a plan B the day after. Day after we get a plan B, and then I guess she forgot to take it.
How the
and then she takes it the day after.
And it's plan C.
It's plan C.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, yo, bro, you've put us in grave risk right now. Like, I was 15. I'm like, I am 15, ma'am. You're
How
bugging.
the fuck does she forget to take the plan B?
She's trying to scheme, bro.
Oh, God. She's trying to get some money out of you.
Trying to get the money, bro. I would have been broke.
15 with a kid.
Had to get 2 jobs.
Trying to pay child support.
Stuck with this girl that probably wasn't even that cute. Didn't even have a relationship with this girl.
Was the pussy good?
Mid
tier. Was she white?
Yeah.
Down bad.
No, but she was
like a.
She was mixed with black.
Oh.
But it was like you couldn't tell she was black. Yeah. But her dad just looks black. Your dad's black. Your dad's not black.
My dad is not black at all.
Your dad's like looks Arab though. That's where you get your Arab looks.
He looks Arab as fuck. Now that I think about it.
Going around the 20-minute mark.
20 minutes?
Yeah, we just ended at that.
Ended it?
Ended it.
Did you just end it?
I didn't end it.
You did?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't. Now I did.
We was just talking. We didn't even give a fuck about the topics. That's what I mean. They just come up.
I didn't stop it yet.
You trying to keep going?
No.